Recording. Hello. What is up, buds? It is 7 o'clock on the dot, Friday night, just like always, and we are here with another Earbuds live stream where we talk about the latest
God.
and greatest in music today.
Oh my God. We have done this every Friday, but we just haven't released them. We're like super picky about. We're like that's not good enough.
Like, yeah, only the best for our audience.
That just wasn't
And
good enough.
and sometimes it's so good that I don't even want to show anybody.
Right.
That's
It's
usually the
kind of
case, actually.
yeah. We don't want to like hurt any other podcasters or live streamers like
Yeah, we don't
feelings.
want to steal anyone's thunder.
Yeah. So that's why we start 23 minutes late.
Yeah,
We're just like
yeah.
let's not be like nearly as professional as any of the live streams that we watch.
And I mean, I paid good money for someone to commission this background for me.
Hmm.
Uh, we don't like to have the little borders around our videos. You'll
Right.
you'll notice that the text is backgrounded by just a black color,
Hmm.
and that's
I painted my apartment. You see what
yeah,
my new walls?
that's crazy that that's your wall and that you're so close to it.
Yeah, like it looks like it's weird because my hand. I don't know why the camera's messing up. It's like not picking up my arm for some reason, but like it looks like it's really close. But that's like we have like 50 feet of room behind us.
It's
That's why
just
my audio is always so fucking terrible.
right, yeah. It's
Yeah,
just an echo chamber in there.
yeah, yeah. Did we say that we're the earbuds yet?
Uh, I mean, no, I don't think it needs to be said at this point, but I guess
It's
we.
true.
I mean, it's just common knowledge, I guess. But
I mean, the people who are watching, you guys know. I mean, we're the two guys from the Earbuds podcast. We're buds. His name's Brett. My name's Lucas. You know this.
we
Uh,
everyone knows we're the Pod Couple of Oddcasts,
everyone
and
knows that.
not everyone knows that we're the Odd Couple. Which one did it say first?
No, you got it. We're switching it up. I mean, we like to call ourselves the odd couple of podcasts.
Yes,
It's our vernacular. It's what people call us on TikTok.
it's our
So
duty.
it's our foodie.
It's our duty.
It's our duty.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We owe it to you guys to call ourselves that. And today we have a bit of a special episode because we come on here every Friday, right, Brett? Like, without we've never missed it.
I mean, look, here's what I'm telling you, Lucas, is that every single Friday we're here 7 to 10. We're putting in hours.
Yeah, dude, it's like a radio show. We do a live radio show,
Yeah,
which actually sounds really fun. But
later,
uh,
later on.
later on, and usually on Fridays when we're doing these live streams, we listen to an album that just came out that day, and we do kind of like a live reaction. We're no better than anybody else. We're all just trying to do the same thing together, and we're all eating from the same pie bread. So this Friday, weirdly enough, we're both so fucking picky that there wasn't one album that came out today that we were that interested in talking about.
I would say it's not for lack of interest, maybe for ignorance. Just that
Right.
I thought I would know more bands putting out albums. Every week I go on this list, and every week I know maybe two names, and I don't really
Right.
care about them. Like Ed Sheeran released Equals today. I'm not gonna listen to an Ed Sheeran album, right?
No, that like even for the views, man, we're not even willing to do it for the views. We know
No,
that we would get
I mean
so many views if we
it
did the
would
Ed
do
Sheeran
no.
album. We're fucking stupid for not doing that,
Maybe we
honestly.
should. You know what? I'll just get a link real quick.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna switch my album on Spotify.
uh,
But I don't know. Let's just go with what we were gonna do originally because I think it was kind of a cool idea.
it's kind of fun. Yeah, like we decided that we're each going to pick three songs that we're listening to right now, past, present, or future, right?
Yeah, most of mine are present. Do you have any future songs on there?
I mean a couple, but that's just from me.
Just him and Drake.
Yeah, me and
Yeah.
Drake, we're always in the studio. We're just teaming it up. I punch him
I
in the
mean,
throat every single chance I get. I try to kill him, but then he does like the Sprite thing, and all his skin comes apart and Sprite comes out, and
right.
he's indestructible.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to get into that. I know how upset you get when we talk about Drake. You get really defensive.
I just, you know what I'm
But
saying?
it's always interesting for me, man. Anytime that you have made me a playlist or have told me to check out a song or anything, it is never something I've heard before.
Well, I just want to look cool.
Yeah, it's either you got like major cred or you're just kind of, I don't know, like you're trying too hard to be different.
Well, I mean, like I try to keep up with music and listen to all the new stuff. For this list in particular, I just chose three random songs. I think they'll sound fine.
You're like, I've never heard them either.
But I mean, just every once in a while, I'll get a lucky break, and I'll just like find a song. I always assume if I've heard an artist, everyone else has in their mainstream. You know,
Yeah, no way,
but
man. I've heard of one of these artists, but I haven't heard the song that you selected on there.
uh,
Yeah, man, it's cool. So like, do you just uh listen to playlists or listen to like recommended songs or anything, or do you know these albums and these are like your favorite song on that album?
all these are like Pachuco. I- I've only heard these singles. I listened to
Okay.
Serena Isioma's album, but nothing else kind of caught me on it. But it was just like, it's like usually Discover Weekly, or like I'll check on some music critics, see what they're talking about, listen to an album, usually find like one song and like, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of, it always bums me out when I only know one song by an artist, but it happens so often now because like we've talked about it where like it's all singles now that people are releasing, and by the time the album comes out it's just 12 singles
I
that you
mean,
might have already heard before, so it's
yeah.
kind of like but I do hear a lot of songs just on playlists or like my Spotify recommended is usually pretty fucking on point most of the time.
Yeah, Spotify's really good about that stuff.
Really good.
I,
Their algorithm has got that shit figured out.
and I would
They've
say,
got me pink.
I'll say, hey man, usually you bring in stuff I've never heard of either. I'm not going to count you out just because
Man,
you're friends with
I
Michael,
owe
who's heard every
you
song on Earth.
right. Yeah, I've heard like back in the day that's how it was like you only heard music that your friends recommended or you took the chance of buying a CD without knowing if you're going to like it or not, you know? But now it's just so easy. Like I told you, like doing that thing last year where I did an album review every day, like I heard probably out of 365 records I listened to last year, 300 of them were by bands I'd never heard of before.
And how many did you like?
I would say probably like really like maybe 30% of
Okay.
yeah, of those. Like probably like 75 albums I really liked a lot. Like when I made the playlist of all my favorite songs from last year, it's about like 75 songs, I think.
Dang. Yeah.
I picked at least one from each album.
Right.
And then some I stopped giving a fuck like 4 months in. And I'm just like, dude, I'm picking 5 songs off of this record because I can't pick which one I like the most. I
and
lost all like credibility with the choice snug like 4 months in.
and like we've gone and talked about some of those albums that you reviewed, and like on some you definitely changed your opinion on them.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
New Villager and
Yeah.
the like instrumental band. I think you liked them even more.
Oh,
Uh, like
oh man.
California,
Yeah, Coastal Kites.
Coastal Kites. Yeah.
Yeah, that one kind of, dude. There have been a handful from last year, and it is interesting going back because, like, I think on more than one occasion, I gave it a much lower score. Which is crazy to go back because it's like something that I loved, like that New Villager album. I was just like, this is one of the best pop dance indie records I've ever heard. And then that was like 10 years later. I was listening to that like 10 years ago, and I
Yeah.
hadn't listened to it since.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. So, um, but man, I'm excited to hear the songs that you selected today. I think
I
you've
as
heard at
well.
least one of mine
Yeah.
already.
We have our little list here. We're gonna kind of go one by one.
Yeah,
Interchangeably, you, me, you, me, you, me.
you me,
I've
you me, you me, you me, you me,
I've heard this first one. That's it. That's all I
and
know from
it's
you.
and it's fire, and you know it.
Dude. I mean, I was thinking about like picking one of the songs from this album just because there's
Yep,
so many bangers on here. Uh,
dude. It
Butterfly
was a surprise
3000.
hit. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you were saying it's Butterfly 3000 by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. The song that I think I like the most on there, which was really hard for me to pick, is this one, which is Interior People. I love the song.
Should we just get into it?
Let's just get into it, man. Whew. Dude,
Yeah,
this
Interior
man.
People, King Gizzard.
Oh, it's so like epic in a weird way because it's like it's almost like we were saying like to me it could be like a 60s folk song if they just played all acoustic guitars on that. And it straddles this line of folk music with like psychedelic electronic music, and it's I don't know anyone else that has done a song that even sounds remotely like Interior People.
I mean, yeah, it's just a beautiful blending of different instruments and styles of music that only King Gizzard could like happen upon, you know?
Yeah, these Australian dudes like they're just killing it on this like Eastern influenced like fucking psych rock. It's so unexpected, and there's so much of this coming out of Australia too. I
Really.
can't tell you enough how much good music is coming out of that country right now. They're just leading the way on psych rock and garage rock and dance music, and it's that's such a great example.
Yeah. And I mean, it's this whole record is just so catchy and has these like Eastern electronic vibes about it. And it's just so I don't know, I love the momentum throughout the whole record. And
Yeah,
at first, like the first time you heard the singers like you know, like on LW, I guess. Like
right.
I did not have much faith in that, you know,
It doesn't sound like it should sound as good as it does,
but it does. It
but
just
it does.
like it works perfectly because it's like a very like gentle,
Yeah.
soft, like I'm just here to be here, man. Like let's jam, let's groove.
Yeah, it's this kind of like you said, falsetto, kind of soft, but not that much because it's clearly coming through like really clear in the music, and there's a lot going on in that music with pianos and guitars and synthesizers, and
Yeah.
the drums are like I said, hypnotic. Like they just kind of oof.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of the thing about this music is they're kind of trying to put you in this vibe, in this trance, right? And the drums kind of bring that along, and they have this kind of wall of not really a wall of sound, but like an atmosphere of sound with these synths and these acoustic
Yeah,
guitars, or not, you know, not like sitars, but uh, and like
they're just
pianos.
they're playing, yeah, and they're playing Asian like Eastern influenced riffs and everything on these guitars, so it does kind of sound like are those sitars? Are those like what that four stringed like guitar that I know that is a lot happens a lot in Eastern music? I don't know, man. It's just so cool that they can combine world music with psychedelic rock, and it just it's like some of the most original and fun to listen to music I've heard in a long time.
I honestly didn't think I'd be into it, but I was like, I listened to LW, and there were a couple songs on that album that kind of sound like like the warm up for Butterfly 3000,
Yep.
and like I instantly got hooked. Like I instantly loved it,
I can't wait to listen to LW now.
dude. I hope it lives up to the hype I'm giving
It
it.
won't.
Oh, cool.
Well, now we get to listen to one of your songs that you selected.
That's right. And you said you hadn't heard any of the songs, but you might have heard this one. It is from a very famous movie, uh, a comedy movie. And
Really?
I'd like to just kind of listen through and see if you can pinpoint which one it's from.
All right. Well, I automatically think of a Catch 22 song, seeing the title, so I'm not sure what to expect.
All right. Well, this is Hey Pachuco by Royal Crown Revue.
God, those drums,
Hey
dude.
Pachuco. Oh,
He's definitely playing with the fucking weird chopstick
oh
hand.
yeah, going like
Yeah,
traditional.
yeah,
Uh, dude, such a cool song. Makes me feel so
yeah.
cool listening to it.
That is my favorite music. The music that makes me feel cool when I listen.
Man, and I like it feels so not cool because it's from The Mask. I can't like listen to it around anybody.
No, no, it counts.
Well, because
That's
you hear that song, the first thing you think of is the yellow zoot suit, green mask Jim Carrey just going like, "Hey,
but
ha,
you know how many times have you seen The Mask?
100."
Right. There's a lot of people who've never seen it, and a lot of people who've only seen it once. I think the majority of people would have no idea what this is from, but I think they would think it's lame just because it's swing music because people like to shit on swing music.
But no, it's cool. Whatever.
It's dude, I love this shit. Like I told you, I didn't realize it till it started playing, which I fucking picked up on there right away.
Yeah, it took about 2 seconds for you to figure out what movie it was from.
All I needed to hear was that and I mean, I think this is the song that got me into swing music, which I was like really into swing music when I was like 13, 14. I was oh, there's a motorcycle. That's fun. Yeah, no, I was like I told you, man, like I was like 1.5 steps away from buying a zoot suit when I was like 14. And I have to blame this song. I was gonna say I credit this song. No, I fucking blame it.
No, that that would be too generous.
But it's so good, man. Like I love swing music, and I think like this song is such a great example that the drums and the horns are what makes swing music fun.
Yeah, that like the horns are great throughout. There's a little like a trumpet solo
Yeah,
in the middle of it. Yeah, that's so cool. And then the vocals are like real low and like just like you can imagine just a guy like smoking corner like gotta put a string, Miss gonna for me. Remind me all tonight.
Yeah, I dig it.
But
You know, they all have like slick back,
oh yeah,
pitch
they
black
all
hair.
yeah, and they're like super sexist and racist.
I would like to think that they're not racist because they're swing musicians, which is basically jazz.
I'd like to think that too, Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, swing is just a type of jazz, man.
I mean,
Don't you love white jazz? Clearly, you do.
yeah, yeah, bud, yeah.
Yeah, you're probably a big Pat Metheny fan.
I know who that is.
I know you do.
Yeah,
He's your favorite guitarist.
he's my favorite banjo player. My favorite jazz banjo player.
See, I knew you knew him. Him
Yeah,
and Bela Fleck.
I
Those
saw
are your
you.
top two.
Yeah, I saw you trying to test me. Bela Fleck. I know it's a jazz tambourinist.
No, it's a Bela Fleck is a cricket that plays jazz bass.
Oh, oh, you're talking about that Bela Fleck.
The Bela Fleck.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
None of this fucking tambourine. All right. You know what song doesn't have any tambourine on it, Brett? The
What's that?
next song that I picked.
What song is that, huh?
It's by a band that is probably my new favorite, what I would call metalcore, but it's like psychedelic metalcore. It's
Okay.
really psych and it's really catchy, and it's almost like think Under Oath more than Kill Switch.
All right. And would you say this song is like a good representation of the band?
It is a great representation of the band. This band is called Astronoid. It's from the album is called you know what? Let me figure that out right now. The album's called Astronoid. That was easy. This is one of the records I listened to last year for my albums of the day, and man, it was by far one of my favorite records I heard that year.
Wow.
And this is one of my favorites, and I know that this is a genre that you're not big into, but I thought this might be merging enough things that you might dig it.
All right. I'm a harsh critic on the cores.
Yeah, you're not a core guy. You're like, if it's not fucking vegan core, then
I'm
it
always
ain't my core.
I'm always on the rim. I'm always on the crust, the edge.
Yeah, you think you're so cool
I am.
with your complicated shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah,
has
I
Velcro
know.
and laces for some reason.
And Heelys.
Mm,
Obviously.
I almost bought Heelys. All right, let's get into this song.
Yeah,
Uh,
wow. All right.
Dude, so for a metalcore song, what do you think?
I was pretty good, man. I loved the momentum of the chorus. That was so cool. Uh,
That
the
chorus gives me goosebumps, dude.
I always wonder in bands like this, like where it's just such heavy music and such clean vocals. I wonder if there was some contention when the band started, where it's like, we're not, man, it's not hard enough, or if they like
Yeah,
came into it just like knowing, yeah, like we're gonna do this kind of like what is the band, Sunbather, kind of like,
Sunbather. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like He Is Legend type of stuff. Like it's interesting, man, because this they sound like what they would have started out as screaming, and then they ended up doing this because it's like, oh, this gets us way more radio play. But all their stuff sounds like this, man. They have a really cool combination of like think like clean vocals from Under Oath over I don't even know like emo-ish metalcore band. I don't know like what to call the combination of it, but it's kind of psychedelic. It's kind of theatrical, like you said. Like they have these kind of operatic, really big guitar riffs and moments, and
yeah.
the synth adds a lot to it. You know?
They must have. I feel like they have at least three guitars, and a synth, and it's just like this kind of. I mean, it spreads all throughout the room.
Yeah,
This noise, and the punchiest thing are those drums, right? And that's like the drums
dude,
sound amazing,
incredible. The drummer is my favorite part of the band, and the singer is right underneath it.
but they still got riffs.
They got great riffs, and the like, dude, like you said, the drummer like really stands out because his fucking kick is like really high in that mix, and that's what I was worried that you weren't gonna like because I know that you don't like a lot of overuse, superfluous use of the double kick, which I love, and that's why I love metalcore and you don't. So I
Yeah,
was like, dude, this song uses a shitload of double kick, and I'm just like, I really hope Brett still digs it because it's so different for the genre that I thought you would there
I
was something
mean,
you could enjoy there.
it might be. I don't think I hate the double kick as much as I hate that people don't really save it for anything, right? Because it could
Right,
make it for a crazy, really cool moment in a song,
right.
but it's overused and like I don't know, like maybe if they didn't use double kick except for in the chorus, that would have made it go even crazier. But that's just hypothetical.
I mean, the verses are that's the thing is like I love double kick, and especially when it's just like produced, mic'd really, really well. And this whole album has it's just so ear candy for me, the whole thing. And it is like to me a pretty good representation of what I would consider like stoner metal, like true stoner metal, not this bluesy, fucking drony shit that a lot of people are doing. Like this is like something I actually like when I'm high, like is ear candy for me. It's not something that like, drones me out.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got a different high, man. So it'd be hard to kind of put that in one category, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I know your drug of choice, which we
Yeah,
don't have to get to. We don't have to get into
Molly.
that. Okay, you said it. I mean, you said it. I didn't.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that in a Delta 8.
I mean, you ever been crossfaded on Molly and Delta 8, dude?
Dude, I don't think I could handle that, honestly.
Dude, did you know they made Delta 8 illegal?
Yeah,
It's like you can get a felony for having it. It's more
yeah.
illegal than weed.
It's a synthesized chemical, man. They made it into something really illicit. And it's what it was. Like the only way you can get Delta 8 is by synthesizing CBD. And so they were like, "Hey, there's this loophole. We can make like basically, we can convert this through chemical process, and it just made it a synthetic thing, man. It's like the same thing as fucking acid or Molly and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy though. It's bullshit, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. But
Uh,
this next song is one that you chose, and I think it's about damn time we get into it.
yep, I believe it is. It was at the time the latest single Unknown Mortal Orchestra put out. I have not checked out any of their other stuff since. Well, I checked out now, but
Okay, they have good stuff, man.
yeah. And this is this song kind of caught my ear. My roommate was playing it, and I was like, what is this? It has a weird, kind of cool sound to it. Uh,
Okay.
that interests me.
I'm not
And
sure if I know it. So let's I'm down. Let's do this.
That Life, Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Yeah.
Ooh.
That Life is a very, very chill song. Kind of just moving through,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, man. It's their Unknown World Orchestra always writes really catchy shit, and a lot of the times, like especially on this song, I've noticed that some of their riffs and their like just their progressions and their melodies like don't on paper sound like they should work for the song. Like once you pinpoint like on that life, like there's several moments where you pinpoint the guitar part like during the chorus or the verse and you're like, this doesn't sound like what is he playing? This doesn't
Yeah.
sound like it should work.
Yeah.
It's really impressive, like to me that you can like write a song around that somehow. Um and like you said, it's like chicken or the egg, like what came first? And I have to assume that weird ass guitar part came first, and they're just like the bassist is like, okay, I guess I'll play.
I mean,
Fucking, what's your progression?
there's no way they had to come up with all the other music first, and then like the guitarist got in there, and he's just like, "All right, I'm just gonna," and then he just kind of jammed for a bit. Like I don't see how you can write a song around like a riff, like.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
in
it's
any
fun.
case, it's fun. It's got a weird kind of sound about it. The whole thing just has a weird kind of tone of like you're kind of listening through a speaker that's far away, and they kind
Like
of
an
achieve.
old tape or something.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it has this sort of tape warp feeling on the whole guitar part that just gives it its again. There's something very like I always use the term psychedelic when it comes to something that just kind of trips me out and just goes like, whoa. I feel like they did that with like high people in mind. And I feel like this song, like a lot of unknown mortal orchestra, I feel like falls under that category of just like, man, I feel like these dudes smoke major weeds.
Oh yeah, for sure,
They're
for
getting
sure.
all the fresh drops,
Getting all the dankest strains.
all the biggest nugs.
And speaking of nugs, why don't we head on to this next one over here?
Yeah, man, this is a band called Kills Birds that I heard for the first time like a month ago, and this song has some of my favorite lyrics that I've heard in a really long time. I think they're really clever, and it's really good, like garage rock.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. I have no idea what to expect.
I think you're gonna like it, dude. This is one that I'm surprised I haven't told you about it yet.
Well, we'll see if this thing wins me over.
I hope it does.
All right, Volcano. Volcano.
Dude, man, some of the coolest lyrics, like so clever. I love the sometimes I think I'm a glacier, but I'm just an iceberg, and my better half is underneath the sea. Like
Yeah,
it's there's so many great lines like that that it's just like the whole thing is like she's about to fucking explode. She's constantly she thinks she's something better than she actually is, or like she can do something better, or she's faster, or she's smarter, or whatever. And it's just constantly like just diminishing herself and demeaning herself throughout the whole song, and it's such a great like angsty uh vibe for the whole thing.
yeah, and with the super fuzzy, like overdriven guitars, uh,
Super grungy shit.
the drums are going hard the whole time. You said it was some like you just gotta like air drum to
Dude,
it.
so there's so many moments like and then that weird going back into the second verse or that post chorus the first
Yeah,
time, really strange guitar part that you think, you think you hear what they can do, like what they're capable of, which is just really fucking good, energetic garage rock, or like you said, maybe post hardcore, post punk stuff. But then they do something like that, and you're just like, whoa, what is this count? What is this like weird, like level of musicianship that you wouldn't expect from a band that sounds like this? I thought it was a really nice touch.
yeah, and it also sounded like the vocalist was like maybe they started with like poetry, and then they just like got into a band and found out they could like, oh, I can do sing too. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, I can just scream this into a mic.
Yeah, like yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah. I should have fucking done that. I've been trying my hand. I want to start trying to do poetry.
I think you totally should, man. In my experience, writing lyrics and writing poetry are two completely different things.
They are. I would probably approach it more like lyrics a lot at first because that's what I'm used to writing. But I feel like when I read my lyrics off to myself, I'm just like, that could be a pretty good poem.
Well, maybe you're already kind of in the mesh threshold there.
I'm gonna update my LinkedIn and say poet.
Yeah, just go ahead and apply for the job you want or something.
Going all in. Apply for the job you want. That's the saying.
It's all ever practical.
Yeah, dress for the job you got. Apply for the job you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just good general advice.
Oh man. Well, honestly, I was thinking about it this week, and this is the job I want. So, doing this podcast, like, this is what I want and would love to do as my job.
Oh well, man. I guess we got to step it up then, right?
Yeah, we at least got to finish this episode.
I mean, if we don't finish this episode, then we can't move on.
Yeah, how are we gonna become successful if we can't finish an episode?
Because we're just gonna keep.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep talking. We're never gonna be able to post anything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I get what you're saying.
Okay. I mean, I can keep going. I can keep explaining it if you want me to. If you don't get it.
I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna mute you real quick for no real reason. In
Okay. How
particular.
about I'll just explain it while we listen to the last song that you picked because like I don't really want to listen
Yeah,
to it. I'll
because
just talk over it.
yeah, I picked this one in mind. With like by now, Lucas will probably be bored and he'll just want to keep talking like he always does.
Yeah. Can we talk about me a little bit more?
Yeah, so maybe one day we can pick an instrumental and you can just kind of like do some rant poetry over it or
I was
something.
gonna say I'll just narrate some poetry.
Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So this song is a song called "Sensitive" by who, you ask? Uh, I'll tell you.
Serena.
Yeah,
It's Serena Isioma.
yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Say her name.
It's an artist that I found on TikTok. Where
Oh, really?
I'm finding a lot of good music on TikTok recently. A lot of
I have done that myself.
and like as soon as the audio went on in this song, like it's so immediately so catchy, so fun. Like it makes you want to sing
Okay.
along with it. But certain people like myself can't.
I mean, you can. You just can't do it in front of people.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I can still dance and I can still groove.
God damn it, Brett. I know you can do this. We're gonna dance this whole song, all right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Is it cool if I do my new dance where I sit down and I don't really move a lot?
I know it's all feet with you, so I can't see your feet,
It's
so it's fine.
all feet and pelvis. Little pelvis Elvis over here.
Yeah, but it's weirdly your upper body stays perfectly still, like a gyroscope.
Yeah.
Like those birds, like owls, if you move their body, their head stays right here, and it just looks fucking unnatural.
Yeah.
You have that ability.
I mean, I'm basically doing like if you hold a doll by the arms and you kind of like, swing it around. That's basically what the lower half of me is doing at the moment.
Mhm. It's like imagine like a marionette, right? But like the ropes are made out of like. Let's just listen to this song.
Yeah, you got it. Sensitive in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, man, I really, really like that. It's like I was saying with at the very beginning when we were listening to it. I'm like, dude, if Tierra Whack is not on this girl's Spotify radio station, then like Spotify's fucking up because that's very, very similar to what I've heard from Tierra Whack, and I really, really liked it.
Yeah, man, it was super. This one was bouncy. It had the plucky synth kind of with an acoustic guitar behind it that
Yep.
kind of gave it some air that it needed.
Yeah, it had really good like percussion on it too. Like it was pretty much all drum machine, like 808 stuff, but then especially there at the end, man, they had this like super deep, almost like distorted or scratchy like 808 bass going, and it's man,
Yeah.
I love that grimy shit that it sounds like a subwoofer like overblowing, but it's
Right.
like meant to sound like that. Like that's what that reminds me of.
Like it definitely like the first half of the song and be like, oh, that's all right, and then the second half that switch up, the bass kicks in, and you're like, ooh,
Yeah,
oh,
that's like this song has, like you said, like two different vibes.
yeah,
The first part is kind of like jazzy, like indie rap stuff, and then think like No Name or Tierra Whack, and then like the second half is almost blood orange, Tori Moi type bedroom pop, and so I was curious. Like I asked you if you'd heard anything else by her, and yeah, you said that you heard this EP and nothing else really stuck with you. So I'm kind of curious to see if I'm going to like any of her other stuff because I like the combination of the two. But if most of it is like the second half, like you said, I don't know if I'm gonna really dig that.
I mean,
I've heard it so many times by now, you know.
it's like a 5 song EP. It's a quick listen. You go ahead and you take a dip in. You tell me what you find when you come
Take a
back up for
dip,
air, and we'll take it from there.
dude. I really liked all these songs, man. It was fun. Like I love listening. This is how I love listening to music. Is every song is a different genre. Every song is just banger, and that's how I listen to. That's how I make playlists. That's how I make like recommendations to friends. Like I've had multiple friends ask me to stick with a genre when we're hanging out because like they'll literally go from like hip hop to country to metal to like psych rock to indie rock and all this stuff, and I'm just like that's how I enjoy listening to music. So like this is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, yeah, man. And I always usually like to listen to music with at least two of you looking at me at the same time.
Yeah,
So this is just scratching every itch I got. Uh,
yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good view. But yeah, man, are you the same way? Like, do you like listening to like random songs back and forth, or do you usually stick with an album, or like how do you do it?
I mean, I usually love going on like a discover mix with a bunch of different genres and stuff on it.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm ever in the mood for a certain genre, I'll probably just go to a known album I already know, you
Mm.
know? But if I'm just like I'm just trying to listen to music, I'll just like it doesn't matter what genre it is.
You know
Uh
what I love doing when I want to listen to a specific genre, but I can't think of like what to listen to? I'll go and pick a song that I know I love in that genre, and then do Spotify radio of that song.
yeah, I always forget that's an option.
Dude, I would say probably 80% of the music that comes up on it, I love. And it's just showing me new songs or songs that I already like. And yeah, that's my favorite way to do it, man. But I really liked all the songs that you brought.
Yeah, I as well liked like all the songs that you brought, bud.
I think it was a little risky on a couple of them for each of us, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was worried that as soon as you heard "Hey Pachuco," you'd be like, "Oh, dude, the mask, really?
Like, come on, bro.
Come
Yeah,
on, dude."
little did you know I had a swing phase hardcore
Uh,
in my early teens,
and
in
then
my formative years,
and you're
which
developing.
it
Explains
explains
a
all
lot.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyone who knows
yeah.
you would be like, "Were you like, did you almost buy a zoot suit at 14?"
Exactly. I would say like within 15 minutes of talking to me, you could probably ask me like, you probably bought a zoot suit one day, wouldn't you?
You
Like,
probably wanted your ska band to play a swing song at one time, right?
yeah, you probably wore wingtip shoes and really like wore bowling shirts for a year and a half, didn't you?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you had the audacity to bring a metalcore song into my house.
I know. I had not just the audacity, the fucking testicular fortitude.
The testicular hardness.
Yeah, I had the testicular turgidness to fucking bring you a metalcore song that you ended up liking.
I did like it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think my choice nug of the songs that you played was, man, because I really liked all of them to be honest.
Well, thank you.
But I'm gonna say it was the Serena Isioma.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really like that song. It was it. I didn't know what to expect, and even when I saw her name, I was just like, I thought it was Selena at first. I'm like, holy shit, he fucking finally listened to Selena.
Nope. Never.
but
Out of
it
spite.
was cool, man. Sensitive is a cool song. I like that it does have like two very distinct vibes in the middle, and it kind of switches halfway through. And she can fucking spit. She's got great bars.
Yeah, you immediately recognize she has a cool energy.
Hmm.
She has like it's super catchy right off the bat.
Super catchy.
And it like has kind of like an interesting production behind it that maybe
Yeah,
you wouldn't
it's
hear otherwise.
yeah. It reminds me, even throughout the whole thing, it reminds me a lot of like a Blood Orange or a Tori Moi type of like they're kind of like bringing back like the '80s R&B kind of cheesy, low budget, low production R&B music that now they're just calling lo-fi, but back then it fucking sounded like this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I liked it. It was surprising, and you have such a specific taste in hip hop, and this is just another like pretty
Yeah.
good example of like how what you gravitate towards in hip hop.
Yeah, I'm very as much as I listen to, I'm very picky about what I actually like.
I know, and I'm a little less picky.
I wish I was less picky, man. I wish I didn't care. But here we are.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? And let me tell you my favorite song of the ones that you threw. Uh
Give it to
my
me.
the one I like the most uh is not the one I'm gonna choose for my little choice on this episode.
What?
Uh because
You're literally contradicting yourself.
the one I'm most excited to get into is Volcano by Killsbirds.
Nice.
I'm excited to get into this band and to get into this album, even though Interior People is my favorite of the three that you brought. Maybe just because I already heard it. Maybe just because I'm like really into this album anyway. You know?
Yeah, for sure. It's one that we both love already. That's the one I thought you were gonna pick because man, what a fucking
I
amazing
mean,
record, great song. But man, I'm surprised I didn't send you this Killsbirds album because right away I knew I was like, "Whew, boy, this is some of the best garage rock I've heard in a few years." Like these people, I would put up right up there with like the OCs and like King Gizzard's garage rock the albums.
wow. Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta say, it's really good. It really impressed me.
I'm downloading the album right now.
Hell yeah, I'm glad you liked it, man. That was one that I was not afraid of.
No, that was. I would say that it was a very safe bet for Brett's wheelhouse with the crunchy guitars. The at the beginning, the vocals were a little subdued. I kind of like how calmly and coolly she was like volcano,
Mhm.
volcano. But then later on, she gets more emotional, a little more like not exactly singing, not exactly yelling.
She
Uh,
has great vocals throughout the whole album too. Like
just
she really has a lot of emotion in her voice, and it sounds like they're recording those vocals live. Like they're all in the same room playing, and she's just fucking. She's probably playing guitar or bass and screaming into a microphone, and I love it. I love everything about it.
yeah, and it's just like energy and emotion, man. That's what I love. That's what that song's got.
That's what it's got, baby. This is really fun,
Uh,
dude. Like I think this is a great other option to do any Friday, honestly, that we don't have an album that we're excited about. Let's just do this again. This is super easy. All right, man. Well, with that said, this was great. Thanks for listening, buds,
yeah.
buddies.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in to the live stream.
But you'll check this out in a shorty. You'll check this out on YouTube. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. If you watch this on YouTube, every Friday without fail, we're on there. You'll find us probably Saturday actually on YouTube, but Fridays on Twitch
Yeah,
at 7 p.m. Central. And yeah, you can see us get Instagram, our Instagram EBPcast, my Instagram Jean Luc Guitard, Brett's Instagram Brett Hanrahan. What else, man? What else we got?
we got a fan page on Facebook. We're
Yep,
starting a new MySpace type of thing. We're like,
we bought MySpace.
we bought MySpace, and we're kind
It
of
was
like,
really cheap.
yeah, it's crazy, right? Like
Like we should not have been able to afford it.
$10 per acre. That's insane.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, per acre of data.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
which is not that much.
I mean, it was a fine deal. I wouldn't say we got it cheap, but
I really hope we sell this thing as soon as fucking possible. But until then, we're on MySpace.
Yeah.
We're bringing it back. Brett, what would you rate this episode?
You know what? I'd rate this little live stream / episode an 8.666. I said it first. You can't say it. It's mine.
Well,
I did.
okay. I'm gonna rate it an hour and a half's worth of fun
Oh, well, out of 10?
out of 10.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
As long as we're keeping it on the rating.
yeah, out of 10.
Okay.
So 1.5.
We'll do better
Yeah.
next time.
Next time we'll record for 8.6 hours, and then that's when you can give it that rating.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
noted.
I'm so hot. I can't wait to open this fucking window.
All right, well, let's get out of here, bud.
And a 3. I don't need to count down, right?
No, I guess we just end it. Bye, y'all.